Everyone's talking about the iPhone 17 Pro and that cosmic orange or the Pro Max, but I honestly think that this is the first year, in my opinion, that getting the iPhone 17 Pro is a little bit redundant when you look at what the iPhone 17 base model is actually offering. The first thing you're going to notice on the base models is you get a ton of color options, which is something we don't really get with the Pro models. I know this year we've got the cosmic orange, but usually we're just stuck with the basic silver, space gray and blue. But on the base model you get a ton of different color options to choose from. Not only that, but it starts from 256 gig of storage. You're going to get a ton of storage, which is the same you're going to get on the Pro models when it comes to the baseline storage. Of course you can upgrade more if you want, but 256 gig is going to be great for the majority of people. We go from a 6.1 inch on last year's iPhone 16 to a now 6.3 inch on the iPhone 17, which, to put into perspective, it's about the same size as the iPhone 16 Pro screen. And then we get all the great benefits from the iPhone 17 Pro screen as well. So you get Ceramic Shield 2 for the extra protection, 3000 nits of brightness, which is always welcome to have a brighter screen. And finally, Apple have given us ProMotion 120Hz display on the base model 17. This is something that a lot of people before was complaining about, that we was only getting 60Hz on the base models. And I think it's going to be a big factor to why people are going to be upgrading to the iPhone 17 this year. Also, it has an always-on display that goes down to 1 Hz. And then when you put these things together, like the 3000 nits of brightness and the anti-reflective coating, it should come out to a much better screen experience, especially when you're out in sunlight. Apple do say you get an all-day battery. Now, I'm not sure who they're basing that on. Is it my day, your day, someone else's day? Who knows? But hopefully, as the phone comes out and we do a little bit more testing, we'll get some more insight on how long and how good the battery can last. And a good thing about the battery is the charging. So we get the same benefit as the iPhone 17 Pro. Faster wired charging, I think it's around 40 watts. And then more importantly, well, in my opinion, is the faster Qi2.2 wireless charging at 25 watts. And there's going to be a lot of these Qi2.2 chargers coming out. I'm going to put a link in the description box below if you want to grab one before the actual iPhone gets to your door. Because I know I personally use wireless charging 85-90% of the time, and only rarely do I plug the phone into wired charging. Now that the wireless charging is even faster, that's good in my opinion. Although the 120Hz display is going to be nice, a lot of people are going to like it, I think the selfie camera upgrade, a lot of people are going to appreciate even more. So on the front now, we've got an 18 megapixel center stage camera using a brand new square sensor. Now you might be wondering what's so special about a square sensor. Well, using this brand new square sensor is going to allow you to take portrait and landscape photos in the actual phone's camera interface without having to turn the phone landscape or portrait. And also another thing you can do is later on, when you have actually taken the photos or videos, it will allow you to crop in, change the picture to portrait, landscape, however you want, without losing the original quality of the picture. So some of the differences, we start off with, on the base model, you don't get that vapor chamber you get on the Pro models. And I think they just put that on the Pro models because when people take them ProRes videos and stuff like that, it's going to heat up the phone a lot. So having that better cooling system is going to benefit them more so than actual base model users. And another thing is, on the base models, we get the A19 chip, whereas on the Pro models, we get the A19 Pro chip. Of course, a little bit more power for their more graphic intensive stuff. Are you going to notice the difference using the iPhone 17 version? Of course not, still a brand new chip, still going to run super smooth. On the back of the base model, you don't get that triple camera setup you do on the Pro models, but you still get a pretty impressive camera setup. So you get a 48 megapixel dual fusion system, which means that you've got 2 cameras on there, a 48 megapixel main bottom camera, but it also works as a 12 megapixel 2x optical quality like lens. So you get kind of a 2-in-1. And then the top camera is a 48 megapixel ultra wide, which also acts as a 12 megapixel macro lens. So no matter what situation you're in, although you only have 2 lenses, you still have the capability and versatility to take great photos. On the bottom of the iPhone 17, you have of course, USB-C port. I believe it's USB 2.0 instead of the 3.0 on the Pro models. So that just means it's a little bit slower when it comes to data transfer. Of course, when people are taking their ProRes videos and stuff on the Pro models, they're going to be much larger files. So you're going to need that faster data transfer through the cable. Me personally, it doesn't affect me that much because I use AirDrop when I'm transferring stuff. And I think AirDrop might even be faster than just plugging it in to the base model. If you're a fan of AirDrop, let me know down below. There's a lot of people who say it doesn't work, but for me, it works 99% of the time, all the time. And here's the kicker. All of that for $100 more than the iPhone 16 is right now. you get all them amazing upgrades and also double the storage. So you get 256 gigabytes of storage, whereas the iPhone 16 only has 128 gig. And I don't even think you can upgrade the iPhone 16 to 256 gig unless you go for the 16 Plus, which is crazy. If I've missed anything, let me know down below. And I honestly think the iPhone 17 is going to be the most popular phone, especially iPhone this year, more popular than the Air, the Pro, or the Pro Max. Let me know if you're getting an iPhone 17. Are you getting the base model, the Air, the Pro, or the Pro Max? What color, what storage? Let me know in the comments box below so we can see which one is the most popular option. And of course, if I have earned your subscription, hit that subscribe button down below because every subscriber matters. Like the video, share it with your friends and family. Tune in for more iPhone content and leave an Apple emoji in the comments box below if you made it this far. As always, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for everything, and I'll catch you on the next one.